like, I think around 6 in Buruburu.
Buruburu
Police Station. And then I'm like, why am I here? And then I opened up my eyes. I saw that fujo with blood stains. Then I asked, where's my husband? And then, yeah. I think just some people just cruel. Somebody showed me there. And then in that it's called that police van. Somebody was lying there. Supposedly that could be my husband. I passed on. I found myself in the hospital.
Hello guys, and a warm welcome to the Connection Show. Kama kawaida, I usually say this is the #1 Adventist online show. The show comes to you every single Friday from 6 p.m. So my today's story is very interesting. Imagine being single for 18 good years. You're married at the age of 27, you lose your husband. You are a young person there watching me today. Yeah, maybe you've lost your spouse, you've lost your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and you don't know how to carry on from this journey. My today's guest will really encourage you as you walk in this journey called life. There is usually hope, and there is always light at the end of every tunnel. Join me today as I welcome none other than tunamuita nani? Mama Love. That's how we know you. Yeah? Yes. Yeah, karibu sana Mama Love to the show. And feel welcome at the Connection. Perhaps I give you that chance maybe to introduce yourself. Tell us where you've come from, where you're raised, anything that our viewers need to know about you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks so much for the opportunity. It's a rare one. And congratulations a lot for coming up with this, because many people would want to air something, but maybe you don't know where to go. My name is Lois Gumbo, Lois Akoth Gumbo, a lady from Kagan, Homa Bay County, who got married to Kindu Bay. Now I'm here with you. I'm a mother, a single mother, a widow to be precise, with 3 children, 2 beautiful girls and 1 handsome boy. I also have a special child that I'm raising. Basically, I have 4 children. Thank you.
That's good about you. Yeah. So you're from Kagan. And you got married from Kindu. So your kids are Nyakindu and Njakindu.
Yes.
Okay. Then maybe tell us, I've seen you singing in choir. When did you start singing? Because since I think I joined your church, Moja.
Yes.
Yeah. I've seen you singing. When did you start your sing?
I think singing, being born in Adventist, it was just the normal thing. I started singing when I was in baby class, when I was a very young girl. Because those days, it was not like today. We could go to places like during camp meetings. We had our take as children, we could sing. Actually, that's when I started singing. And there was even competition. So during competitions, we could sing a lot. We could sing even at trans night, like when we go to competitions with other churches. So singing, basically something I was born getting my mother singing. And then I also started, like, when we were praying, you had to sing fast. Like, after you've gone to church, you come, you practice. Singing has just been there.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so that's where your passion for singing started,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, sawa. So your life just began back at home in Kagan. Maybe where you went to school?
If I can just give a brief history about myself.
Yeah.
Yes, I was born in Kagan. I started schooling there. Then I went to other schools. I'm from a very humble background. I think my father died when I was still a very young girl. I can't really remember how his face looked like. But my mother raised me up with good manners and everything that I could get in her reach, I could get. Afterwards, I'm an alumni of Asumbi. We also got very good treatment. It's a Catholic school, but it had very good upbringing of Christianity. So from there, I think I got good morals, plus my mother's. So things have been that way. Yeah.
So maybe after school, after high school, the next stage of life, you as a woman, every woman will wish to get married. And I believe you got married at some point. When was that?
Actually, I think I got married when I didn't plan it. I was still a very young girl.
How? Because I know people plan for weddings and everything.
If it could be called dating, I think I didn't date that. I could say that our dating resulted in this, but we were friends. Yes, I got married to a friend.
To a friend? Or yes. Someone whom you knew before?
He was our neighbor back here. My stepfather was staying in Nairobi, and I could stay with him. And this is where my husband also now came from. So we were like friends in the estates. It brought this. After my Form 4, I didn't even take 1 year. By day, I got married when I was 19 years.
19 years?
19 years. I think even my certificate, I took it when I was already in my house. Yes, then a year after, not even a year after I had my firstborn, I stayed with my husband. So
you got your firstborn. Love was born when you were 20.
Yes, Love was born. In fact, actually, I got married after my exams. I got married around January.
Yeah.
Love was born September. So actually, Love was born when I was still 19.
19?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So marriage life now, you're from high school, you're green.
Yes.
You've not dated
actually,
outside school.
I didn't do that.
So you just got married. How was life like? You're so green in marriage.
I think I always say that I became mature at 10 years. Because when I was with my mother, I could actually just see how she was struggling. And then I kind of just picked that kind of life. Things happened hapo katikati, I got married. Because, people were coming to Nairobi. Then we started staying. And that's how it happened. So, it was a sweet life anyway. I've never had anything to say bad about marriage. Because I got a young man who was basically my age mate. He was older than me with 3 years. So we were basically age mates. He was 23 by then. So if you could see us, even the applause, people could think that we were just dating your friends, but actually we were married.
So you can imagine, let me try put this thing in our perspective right now, yeah? A young lady after Form 4 is married.
Yes.
What were the thoughts of your parents or his parents, your guardian? You're very green. Didn't your mom feel worried that my daughter is going to get married? Oh, she doesn't know this, she's not ready.
So much worried. In fact, it was a tug of war. It's a long thing that I will not say. But I think I fell in love for the first time. And it's actually, I didn't wait for anything. He didn't wait for anything. We got into it.
So you fell in love with
my stepbrother was so much against this marriage. In fact, he removed me from this marriage, from this home. He came and actually picked me out. And then I went back.
Yeah,
after 2 months, not even after 2 months, I think it was after 2 weeks, I came back. By the way, I was not a bad girl, a very good girl, because they thought that there was something which was really wrong with me.
I know what people have done crazy things about love. They thought there was
something which was wrong with me. I came. Then, after 4 months, they realized I was pregnant. He still came for me. But I didn't.
He stepped up and took that responsibility.
Yes. He told me, whatever it is, even if you are pregnant, you can't get married. And you're getting married to a young boy. You people would not stay. But I think ours was destined from heaven. And that's always staying back even today. Then we started staying in a 10 by 10 house. I was so much comfortable because this guy knew how to buy food. Our house was Eden of Garden.
Never lacked
anybody who came. In fact, I remember that house so well. The space which remained was so small, we could not even put a stool. The bed was so big.
I can attest to that because when they came to your house today, I got the table was full already.
Yes, so this guy loved big things, he loved life. We only had one big TV and one big bed. The rest, we put a small stove. And that's how life was. Then, the next year when I had my love, in September, The next year, I was pregnant again.
Now with Cheryl.
I had number 2, Cheryl. And then it was having a lot of humor. In fact, there's a time he told me that, love, we can do this. We can make a good advertisement and we can get money out of this. We can go when, those days, Kitambo, there's that on a poster you'll get a family well planned and a family not well planned. So he was like, let's go and get, we can go talk to these people. They'll say that our family is not well planned. So we can get money out of there. And those things would hurt me anyway, but I knew it was just humor. So things went. I think he was a loving man. And this one he took from the mother and the father. The mother was that person, their family, that person where people could refer to Abel and Herina. They were so loving.
So there is something that I've learned from you. Many ladies right now like that life that you've told us that you lived in a 10 by 10 house.
Sure.
There are some people or some ladies or some men who live, they want to start it big and yet start small. What maybe an advice for them before we go to the next, I ask you the next thing I wanted to.
What I will say to those people, me, I think I told you that I was 19. I was not so much open to life. So whatever kidogo I could get, whatever blue band I could do to the table, it was just enough for me. I was satisfied. By the way, one thing about me, I'm getting satisfied for everything. I don't urge for what I don't have. I love this guy. He loved me. We didn't think about anything else.
And you grew together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, after this, things happened. We stopped at there. We stopped at these two.
Two girls.
Two girls. So I said, there's something that has to be happening. I was a bit unaware of so many things. I was even unaware of these things that you can do, family planning. So after that, I had to get from other people.
Because Love and Cheryl walifuatana. They followed each other.
Love was born like in September. The next year, November, Cheryl was born. So you can imagine when they grew up actually. You remember when I was with church with them, people knew they were twins. And actually I could not say no because I was also feeling ashamed. So these are twins. Yes, they are twins. Yeah, so we were such a loving family actually. And
so
then,
kona hivyo kasema I need to, there is something that people need to.
But another thing with every man, men should love their wives. Even if it comes that way, my husband had to get me 2 house girls. By that time, with the small salary he used to have, he made sure I felt comfortable. By that time, after we got the second baby, we went to double house. So it was a double house, 10 by 10 now. There was a corridor now, the other house and the husband. Life was becoming beautiful. We are now in 2 rooms, big one. At least
2 rooms, 2 housemates.
2 housemates and 2 children.
And 2 children.
Yes. So life was as that. I told you I have a very an awesome father-in-law. One day he came to my house. By then he was still in Nairobi. My father-in-law came and my husband used to work in the hotel industry. So when he was away, my father-in-law came. He took us to a bigger house, 2-bedroomed house. And it was so key. And that he just went to where my husband was working and told him that I've removed Nyalanda, they call me that, to a bigger room. This is the place you'll go, and that's how we start staying. So I tell you, my journey is a bit long, but God has been above everything. After sometimes, now we had 2 babies. We now saw it was wise for us to have another baby. Because we planned.
Every man will always want to have a murume.
So 2003, we decided to have another baby. Then there it was. That was the best moment in our lives because we loved the unborn baby so much. My husband loved this boy. Now he became a boy so much. So
did you know the sex before?
I did not know.
Because those days,
I did not know. So. In fact, from when I started going for the clinic, he could take me. By then, he was so loving that if that was marriage, I could just call it back again. He was so loving. Every clinic, he could go with him. Paka, it happened on when I was almost in the 8th month. We went with him to the clinic. We did everything. We passed by the groceries. We bought some few things. Then he dropped me home. Then as I told that he was working in the hotel industry, he went to work. And yes, it was the norm. He could go to work at times was a broken shift. Broken shift, you go in the morning, then in afternoon you relax, and then you go back in the night again. So this particular day, actually he called me when he was leaving work that he was coming home. By this time he was staying in Umoja. Then my housemaid was preparing to go and open the door. Before she opened the door, we had gunshots. And then like, we didn't know what was happening. So the gunshots, people were chasing him. And that's why I was shot. I passed on because when it was just too loud.
That time you were carrying a child.
I was 8 months pregnant. Yes, and then it was just too loud. Then we ran out, everybody, like people, but me, I had to go out because my husband was coming. And then the gunshots.
What time was it?
Around 3, around 3 or 4 there.
3 p.m.
3 a.m. in the morning. Yes. Then, I don't know, I passed on because I saw the car was there. People were already coming. I did not understand myself. I was like, and then that was my husband's car. And then I think I passed on. I got myself, like, I think around 6 in Buruburu.
Buruburu
police station. And then I'm like, why am I here? And then I opened up my eyes. I saw that Pujo with blood stains. Then I asked, where's my husband? And then, yeah. I think just some people just cruel. Somebody showed me there. And then in that, it's called that police van. Somebody was lying there. Supposedly that could be my husband. I passed on again. I found myself in the hospital. This is the time now when I woke up, reality was like getting in me because it was not the norm. In fact, I remember he could come every night, then we take photos, By the way, we have several photos that we take in that kind of... Yeah, then that day I found myself in the hospital. My friends could not come from the church. They came, I don't know what was... and then I asked myself, what has happened?
That time you were in Umoja Church.
I was in Umoja Church on a Saturday. I remember my friend Pamela, they all came. And then it was like, I'm so sorry. Then like the doctors told them, no. To go. Now. My cervix was opening. Because
you were heavily pregnant at that time.
So the doctor said, that things cannot happen.
That I already know who you are, and I love you that way.
But I don't know, just maybe God or just God. I got just encouraged. I think they could inject me with what? Drugs that could make me sleep. Then I was brought back in the house at around 9 p.m. The relative was there. My 2 little girls were there. They told me, by the way, we loved ice cream so much. Mom, umeleta ice cream. That's what they asked me. Lovians was basically, Lovians was 8 years, Cheryl was 7 years. So they were little girls. They could not think about so much. And then their dad used to go to work. So they thought dad was still coming back. Because in that house, I think they slept. Yeah. Things happened. That was Sunday came. The doctor said that I had to be under the doctor's care like every day. Because the cervix was open, and that's when I learned when it's like you are 8 months, they can't induce anything. The kid has to undergo that kind of process until 9 months.